Halo episode 7. Let's just talk about it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. I am DJ, aka Token Black Guy. If you're here for the first time, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I just want to let everybody know that I would have had this review slash recap done earlier, but I haven't had internet since Friday. So I've been, haven't been able to post any kind of videos. Someone messed the fiber line up, so we had to wait to get it fixed. So it got fixed today, so I'm back up and running now. So I know I got a lot of catching up to do on some videos, so I'm trying to pump them out. This is gonna be a quick, recap and everything. But episode 7 of the Halo series, man, episodes 5 and 6 I thought were decent. 5 was my favorite so far, all the action and everything. But and the best thing about those two episodes was we got the bare minimum of Quan. Well, I guess they had to make up for this episode because it was the Quan show, 100% Quan all the time. Quan, Quan, Quan. And I did not enjoy this episode at all. Uh, I said before, I'm not a fan of the Quan storyline. I think her character is pointless. I think she's just, her whole. My biggest issue, there's a bigger threat out there. The Covenant. Why are you worried about your little rebel cause at this point and all this stuff? And then this oh my god, this episode, I'm not even like, I watched it but wasn't even like into it the whole time. So if I give a recap, I'm probably gonna leave a lot out. I will say I enjoyed some of the Soren stuff in it, him action and everything, just kind of getting more of his stuff, but even that wasn't enough to make this episode anything good to me. It's probably the worst episode, I think, of this, in my opinion. My ratings is probably the worst one so far. But basically, it's Quan back on her Madriel. She's still fighting that one de facto leader. Looks like a you know 90s sci-fi villain of back in the day. But there's a bounty on her. We find out Soren made it back to his rubble, and he's telling all these stories and everything. And he has his whole thing with his second command trying to take over, and he puts it in place. But that's a whole other thing. But basically, Quan is in the little buggy that she stole from Soren, and she's riding out to where the Mystic people are, which I think this whole storyline is kind of dumb. She gets out there, dust storm. She meets the Mystic people. They tell her that her father was out there before, and that there's just like this fire or water fire. I don't know. It's just stupidness. She's like her ancestor, that she's the next in line to do it. That her great 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 grandfather, whatever, went to this well and found this being from another thing, which I'm pretty sure it's like a spark, or everyone the Sentinels from Halo. I'm guessing, or something from the Forerunners. But he does this well and everything. The whole thing's about this well, and she drinks some magical potion that makes her hallucinate. And she's fighting Chief for some reason to conquer one of her fears, and she beats Chief in the thing. He shows her this and that, and she talks to her dead dad. I'm just like, this is so stupid. Like, what does this have to do with the bigger essence of Halo? I don't know where they're going with it and everything. But anyway, does all that. She goes on her little mystic quest or whatever. I mean, I'm at this point, I'm just like, why are we here? They're jumping back and forth to Soren with his pirate thing. That was the only part that was interesting in the story. And then there's a bounty on her. Then Soren goes back to Montreal because he wants to get the bounty or help her. He's like, whatever, this kid. They go back because her ghost dad, tells her to go back to where it started. So she goes back to the base that we saw in the first episode where the Covenant attack, and there's dead bodies over there. And she's looking, and she finds some paper from her grandfather, had a picture of the well. And then Soren shows up, and the bad guys show up, and they fight him. Soren gets shot. This episode is so stupid. I'm sorry. I'm going all over the place. This is not really a recap. This is just me ranting and raving about this episode, how bad it was. But there's a part when Soren he's shooting, killing all these bad guys, and the main villain just happens to boom, shoots him in the neck, and he's like bleeding out and everything. And he gets a little towel and stuffed in the hole, and somehow he survives. But him and Quan blow up the big hydrogen thing or helium thing and kill all the bad guys. And you see it, a little space elevator, and you see the mystics out in the desert smiling. I thought the well was going to be under the little rope, the where they blew it up, but they didn't show it. I mean, that would have been some kind of conclusion to if she found it. But that's how the show ends. Yeah, the show was all about Quan. We saw Master Chief for what, a minute when he was having a vision about him, and even then he wasn't in his freaking suit for half most of the time. But no, I mean, this again, I'm not a fan of the Quan storyline. I don't like it just because the simple aspect of there's a much bigger threat out there, the Covenant, and we're worried about this little 16-year-old kid and her, her vendetta to save the rebel cause that there really isn't a rebel cause at this point because humanity's about to be destroyed anyway. So what are you going to be escaping from? You need to join the, fight the Covenant. But yeah, even like the bad guy at one point when he get to the place, he's like, "Oh, these are the aliens." Like, dude, this is your biggest threat. Like, they're wiping out planets. You could be next. I mean, like, come on. But I don't know. Oh, I don't know where the show is going. Just I try and I try because I'm such a big Halo fan to give it support and love and try to give it the benefit of the doubt. But I am not. This ride's been a bumpy roller coaster. Oh man. But let me know what you guys thought about this episode. If you enjoyed it, if how do you feel about the whole Quan thing? Let me know down below. Um, we'll do the Easter egg videos next after this. So give some insight. But yeah, next time, guys. Sorry about the delay. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. I'm having surgery this week too, so I'll probably be out for the weekend. So hopefully next week I'll be out here pumping videos out for you guys. I'm gonna be off for a while, so I got nothing else to do. So next time, guys, I'll see you when I see you. Peace.